show from your local news leader.
We're joined by Tim Landris this morning for our 3-minute grill. And hey, word on the street is you are an expert griller. You just competed in a competition. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I went down to Stone Mountain, Georgia for what they call Oktoberfest. There was 400 cook teams. We had 12 members on our team.
Wow.
We were all Instagram foodies. A lot of us didn't even know each other. We went down there, met up. We had been communicating through email and Instagram, coming up with our menu. We took second place overall. Missed first by 4 votes.
Wow.
But what are you going to do there?
What are you going to do? What did you guys make?
We had a whole slew of things because there's 5,000 people that come through that day tasting your food.
Yes.
And it's a People's Choice Award. Our signature dish that day was beer braised brisket on top of pimento cheese grits.
Oh my gosh.
Talking my language.
What was it like cooking with people who you hadn't met in person before?
Well, the good thing about it is we all cook on the Big Green Eggs.
Okay.
So we have that in common. And so a lot of techniques are the same. But the personalities and what goes into your food, obviously, was the interesting part. And
Sure.
we didn't butt heads. We all got along. And we turned out some killer food.
All right, so what are we doing here today? I see some pork.
Yes. So I got a pork loin. I actually have one cooking already on the egg because it does take about an hour to get it up to temperature.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
That's what we'll taste.
That's what you'll taste later, yeah.
So talk about the prep. What do you do for this?
So the prep here, I've got some seasoning on here already because it's sitting in my pan. But I'll start off with Lane's Barbecue Sweet Heat. This has got a little bit of sweetness and then a little heat at the back end. But we'll get a good coating of that on there.
What do you find at any grocery store you can find this?
This one here is actually more of your grilling stores that specialize in different types of special seasonings. You wouldn't pick this up at your Walmart or anything like that.
Okay.
So if you can't find that, what are some alternatives for you?
There are.
Order it online.
Order it online. There you go. Good answer. I like that.
So then I'm going to come in with their barbecue rub, and this gives you just another profile of flavoring. So when you bite into it initially, it's more of a barbecue flavor, and then you get a little sweet and heat on the back end.
Okay.
So
kind of layering the spices on there.
Exactly.
How long do you like to let this sit as far as like letting it marinate, or can you just throw it on and throw it right on the Big Green Egg?
The pork loin like that, I usually let it sit for maybe 10-15 minutes ahead of time. Nothing real long, but some of your bigger cuts of meat like pulled pork shoulder, those will sit for 24 hours in the fridge with that stuff on.
Okay.
So.
And what are we going to pair that with here today?
Here we're going to do asparagus, and I'm going to have a bacon seasoning and lemon zest.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I like where you're headed.
Those will go into a foil pack with butter and olive oil, and they'll go on the grill for about 20 to 30 minutes.
All right. And you cook a lot for your family, right?
Every night.
What do you recommend people who maybe are just kind of getting their toe in the water when it comes to grilling? How should they start out? What are some basic tips they should keep in mind?
Well, first thing is grill something that you like, because if you like it, obviously you're going to start to gain confidence in it. So burgers, chops. So this will get cut up into chops when we're done, and I like a good pork chop over a steak any day. I know most people eyes light up with steak, but I think a pork chop that's seasoned right and cooked right is by far better than a steak.
Yeah, and now you talk about cooking it right. I see a lot of people transitioning to this Big Green Egg. Like, what are some of the benefits? Because I see a lot of people doing some cool stuff with that.
The main benefit is a lifetime warranty. They are a little pricey, and you pay for that, but it could be the last grill you ever buy if you don't buy a second one. But the best thing is it's a low-end heat, all the way, from 200 degrees all the way up to a high-end heat of 1,100, 1,200 degrees. We'll cook pizzas on these things at like 1,100 degrees, and they're done in like 6 minutes. And it's like a wood-fired pizza. It's amazing.
Okay.
All right.
And these are the small ones. These are the portable ones.
Sure.
So
we like portable.
Very good. We're going to check